Hi. How are you? I'm out here bringing awareness to the community about abortion.
I know. I had an abortion when I was 19.
So do you think it should be criminalized?
I want to say yes, but I think it's a lot more complicated, I think. I think people make it complicated.
Well, if it had been criminalized at the time when you had your abortion, would you still have done it?
No, but I was also not given the truth.
Well, that's what I'm. But the law would do that. The law would do that. The law would criminalize it. I mean, the law is our tutor.
Do you honestly believe that we can do that, communicate that?
Yeah.
The law?
Well,
I mean, there's money being made off Planned Parenthood and all the abortion
clinics. The pro-life industry is making tons of money too.
The politicians they have their hands in the politicians' back pocket. They're not going to give that up.
Well, it's because of the Christian community that's doing that. The pro-life industry.
I know all about the pro-life. I'm incredible. I just finished up a Forgiven and Set Free Bible study. I don't know if you're familiar.
Was that here, or where'd you do that at?
No, I did that through Oasis up in Lakeland.
Okay.
Land O'Lakes.
Yeah, Land O'Lakes. Okay.
But I'm just trying, for me, I'm still trying to figure out how we get the message apart and do it gently. And I don't know if this is the right way. And I know this is the truth, and I think people need to see it. But I don't know about on a Sunday morning. Like, my kids are like, what the heck was that, Mom? And I've had conversations with my kids, but we just haven't got my 6-year-old. We just haven't gotten to the point where we're going to actually show it. My daughter has. She's 13. She knows, and she fights people in school about it. But I give her the truth. Because it's important, because nobody gave me the truth. My parents failed me. School.
Right. The law failed you.
Yeah, church.
Well, the church failed you.
They don't talk about it.
Exactly. That's my point. That's why I'm out here and not in there.
I know.
That's why I'm out here and not in there, because they're hiding it from you. They're hiding it from teenagers. They're hiding it from everybody. And the question is why? Why are they doing it?
I was in middle school. We went on a retreat, and there was like a sex ed.
Yeah.
It was with our church, but they didn't talk about abortion.
Yeah, they don't. They don't. It's a hidden.
For 20 minutes, we talked about all the different euphemisms for vagina and a penis, and we made who could make the biggest list.
That was in a church retreat, or what kind of?
Presbyterian church back in the mid 90s.
Oh, okay.
Early 90s.
Wow.
But they didn't talk.
But they don't talk about abortion.
No.
And see, and that's why I also petitioned
the school. We also had a female pastor too, so there's a lot of things that they weren't.
Yeah, they weren't in alignment with God's word. Well, so that tells you, I mean, there's the same problems are pertinent in the pro-life movement and pro-life industry, because it is keeping abortion legal. And this little booklet here explains the difference and why abortion has gone on for so long and why the church is so apathetic, because they're making money. Not only is the pro-life industry making money by keeping it legal, they're also taking part in it behind the scenes. That's why they don't want to say anything. I mean, I've heard so many testimonies.
I've heard so many testimonies about parents, Christian parents, strong Christian parents, who have
taken their kids,
their daughters, to the abortion clinic.
Exactly.
Because they're shamed.
Exactly. That's why. That's why I'm out here and I'm not in there, and that's why I have to bring the victim images to the forefront, because you're not going to get it in here.
It triggered me.
Oh, okay. I get it. I get that. And that's part of the healing.
But that's my truth.
That's part of the healing.
I know that.
And you can be an advocate to keep women from going through that.
The truth of the matter is that it's a scary place to put yourself out there.
You mean as far as what? In which direction?
Well, I know what people. I've read comments. I know what people say
about what?
Abortion.
You mean as far as what?
As far as, especially with Christians, I think too. Like, there's some people who feel very strongly about it, and you're going to hell. You are damned to life. You mean. But I know my truth. I know that that's not me. I'm forgiven and set free.
Well, exactly. And let me give you this, because this is.
But then you have other. And then I have my.
This is what we hand out, abolitionists. We give those to post-abortive women. Mm-hmm. Not when they're going in to do the deadly act, but when I meet people like you, that's a time of healing. This is a comfort, and the gospel message is in there. Yeah. And that's what more Christians need to be doing. We need to be this is a time of, it's become more of a social event than an equipping event. It churches should be to equip the saints to go out and do what I'm doing, only out in the world. But it's to the point where abolitionists like me, we have to go to the church to get them to do something, to go out beyond the four walls. And so that's why I'm out here. I mean, this is the best, and I notice so much apathy here.
What do you get? What kind of response have you had?
Mostly apathy. People don't care. They don't care. They just don't care.
My girlfriend, we were baptized together in 2010 in the Delaware River up in Jersey, and just this past summer we got into a heated argument. I had no idea she was completely pro-choice. And so we ended up coming across a conversation. We came into a conversation where I wasn't allowed to have an opinion, even though I have the experience and I know what I went through. I was in a dark place for a really long time, but I wasn't allowed to have that opinion because I'm privileged. She even said it.
Now, how long ago was that?
This is in August.
Oh, just this last year.
My best friend. And I asked her, I'm like, do you even know? Have you ever seen an abortion? Do you know what they do? She goes, oh yeah, buckets of babies. I know. That triggered me so bad. And
oh my gosh.
I was like, I'm not okay. I thought I was okay, but I'm not okay.
Yeah. It does. It takes.
I get it.
I get it.
When I picture my child being placed back together in a pan, that's what.
But if abortion had been criminalized at that time, it would have restrained you from doing that. The law is an educator, it's a tutor to restrain people from doing evil, and that's what the purpose of the law is. It's not to hammer people over the head to say we're going to punish you. It's to restrain you.
In their belief, it's like. She's worked with foster care kids, and I'm like, so you mean to tell me you would be okay telling a child in a foster care system that they're better off dead?
Exactly. That's our point. Exactly.
Foster kids.
That's our point.
I say kid. Okay, we took a child in when she was 15, growing up. We had her until she was 19. She had a really crappy home life, but she went to Cornell on a full ride. She was a smart girl, and she had value. And
people overcome their circumstances, and that's exactly what we preach. Is that there's no reason to murder a baby, because even in the most extreme circumstances where a child's going to be born into poverty or whatever it might be, if she's in an abusive relationship, there's always hope. I mean, that's the gospel, and that's why the gospel is at the forefront of our message.
Yeah.
It's at the very front of our message.
I have a 20-year-old right now.
Yeah.
And I was in the group, there was women who had been post-abortive. Actually, my mentor, she's like about 40 years. She'd have a 40-year-old. I'm 40.
Okay.
And there was other women who were in their 70s who've had multiple abortions, and they're still reeling from that. Decades.
Well, see, again, that's why we have to change the law.
You just push it down real far away.
See, once we get abortion criminalized, women can really start to heal, because then there's no longer this dichotomy. There's no longer this schizophrenia that over here one side is saying it's okay to do it, but in your conscience when you've been through it, you took a life. That's what's harming women. There was an article I read a couple years ago, and I'm sure there's more of it. That was just one article I read, where a woman, she in the moment, just like I'm sure you were, she was like in 20 or 21 years old. She was in college. She already had an 18-month-old. Got pregnant. What did she do? She went and got an abortion. About 3 or 4 weeks later, she committed suicide. She was so overwhelmed with grief for what she did. She committed suicide. She had an 18-month-old. And even the level of that grief.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
You guys, I don't mind you guys doing all this out here. I'm the security guy. But basically,
I'm part of Wellspring. I'm speaking with her. As a post-abortive woman.
Yeah.
I'm speaking with her. So
that's cool and all that, but and it's not. It's legal to stand here, but basically kind of what you're doing is sort of using this particular church as an endorsement of your method?
Oh, no, not an endorsement. It's a call to action.
If you actually step out and talk with her...
No, that's okay. No, okay. It's fine. I became a delegate in the state of New Hampshire when I was in my 20s for this issue alone.
Okay, what about in Florida? What about Florida?
Violent agreement on the issue.
Are you a delegate in Florida?
No, I'm not.
Well, when are you going to do that? When are you going to become a delegate in Florida? You can help criminalize abortion.
Well,
let's do that.
Fine.
Let's do that.
And that's fine. But but the point is that it's perfectly fine because you're on an easement and all that. But it's kind of low because what you're doing now is you're sort of using this institution as an endorsement.
What I'm doing is it's a call to action. I'm trying to rally up the troops here.
Okay.
Let's get out into the culture and let's criminalize abortion.
Well, that's fine. That's great. That's great. And that's
I'm doing that to you. That's my message to you. Let's get rallied up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. And then I don't have to be out here anymore with anybody.
Well, that's
the law will be our tutor. And the law will be the tutor for all the pagans out there that will restrain them from killing their babies.
Well, and that's great. I agree.
Okay, then let's do it. There's no more. We don't need any more lectures. We just need to start doing, right? We're just going to do it.
Yeah.
All right, then let's do it. You're going to join me, right? Let's get out there. We're going to call our legislators and we're going to tell them we want a bill of abolition.
Be kind of polite to say, hey.
Oh, I'm being polite too, sir. I'm being very polite.
Not really.
I'm being very polite.
Passive aggressive.
No, I'm being polite.
But the thing is that you're kind of using somebody else's institution to kind of endorse.
It's the church.
Yeah, I know.
I'm coming to the church. It's supposed to be my brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Okay? I'm coming to my brothers and sisters saying, let's get out there. Let's get out there.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Let's do it. What's your first name?
Tim.
Tim. Okay, Tim. I'm Diana. I'll give you one of my cards.
Okay.
You need to contact me. Let's become a delegate. You need to become a delegate in Florida.
Okay. Well, all right.
All right, dude. Let's do it.
All right. Well, thanks. Take care.
You too.
Do you run across problems regularly, like just every single place you go?
Yeah.
It's very bold. It's like
Well,
standing in front of clinic.
Well, it's very bold of him to approach me. It was very bold of you, actually, to come out and talk to me.
No, the second I saw you, I'm gonna go. My family went in.
But see, that's what I mean. You are very bold. You're like a lion. Okay, so you need to be out there like I am. Not necessarily doing exactly this, but to be engaged in the process. Like read that pamphlet, and let's get engaged. You don't have to be on the front lines here. But we need people on the front lines in front of our legislators saying, let's do this. And also to rally behind abolitionist candidates.
You hate women then if you do it. It's like you
what now?
You hate women then. You're labeled.
I don't hate. How do I hate women?
Like, I don't know how we get across that. Because that's what the argument is.
Oh, that's what they say.
That's what they say. It's like.
But that's because they're just misinformed. They've bought into the pro-choice mantra, and we have a duty to fight back against that, to keep putting our abolitionist mantra, boom, boom, we need to keep putting it out there.
Well, I can talk with you probably forever, but...
Yes, well, can I get your information, and maybe we can have lunch?
I have yours.
And we can, your first name again is, what I'm saying too, and I'll leave you with this too, is that we've got to criminalize it because we're leaving, if the longer that we delay it, the more murderers are going to be out there. Like right now, the statistics are 1 in 4 women have had at least one abortion. Yeah, because it's closing in.
It's closing in.
Yes.
And the accessibility of the pill is making it.
Yeah, and that's yes. You know all this. It's like so the next step is we've got to criminalize it. That's the end game. Is we've got to criminalize it. There's no other option. We've given women all their options. We've given them everything they need, and they're refusing the help. I'm out at the murder mills from time to time, and I've offered help over and over and over. There's in Hillsborough County, there's the Children's Board has over $47.6 million to help women and children.
46 million?
More, I think it's more than that now. But it's specifically for women and children. And women who are pregnant, starting when women who are pregnant. So I offer that. There's a booklet that when I'm out at the mill, I offer those booklets to women and say, look, there's all these resources for you.
Yeah.
They don't want it. So see, that's not the answer. The pro-life movement, the pregnancy centers think, well, if we just offer women help. No, that's not it. Because women know they've got a responsibility for 18 years to raise that child. And that's what's scary. That's what's overwhelming.
I'm still scared to death.
But that's why it takes faith. That gives us opportunity to share the gospel. And that's what Christians should be doing, not just ignoring it and saying, well, they're going to do whatever they're going to do.
Yeah.
So will you join me? I mean, will you call me?
I can't make a commitment.
You don't have to make a commitment like right now. I'm just saying, like, at least let's talk some more.
We can talk some more, absolutely.
Okay.